those are the demands of the IBF. Demanded that Frank Sanchez take on Filip Hrgovic, and the winner takes on the winner, or Daniel Dubois' belt. Okay? And let me counterpunch. I think basically it's for undisputed, unless whoever the champion is relinquishes the title. So let's say Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk, if they do fight and Daniel beats Usyk, he will be the undisputed champion, and things will get a little bit more difficult. But I do think that that's a good call from the IBF. I think if the fight doesn't happen with Usyk for whatever reason, then Usyk has to fight the winner of those guys, but then he has to fight someone too. Why not Joseph Parker? You know, and then, or someone else down that list. He can fight another man, voluntary. And I think with the IBF doing that, we get to see Frank Sanchez and Filip Hrgovic, which that makes sense because both of those guys were undefeated when Turki Al-Sheikh came into power. Okay, both of those guys were winners and victorious in the days of wrecking the first venue of all those fighters. So I think, why not those guys? You know, I think Frank Sanchez, you know, he knocked out Junior Fa, and Filip Hrgovic knocked out a guy by Mark Demori, right? And they were both victorious, and they both lost their next fights. You know, of course, Frank lost to Caballel, and Filip lost to, of course, Daniel Dubois. So, you know, they both took their losses. I think that's a good fight. I think it's a nice balanced fight. Who do I fancy in that fight? Who do I like? Frank's a friend of mine, so I'm going to pick Frank. But Filip Hrgovic is big. I think he has longer reach. He's not as quick, but he does have some speed. Is he better? Is he a better boxer than Frank? No. Frank could beat Filip Hrgovic, but then Frank is also explosive. So it looks good to me. It looks very good to me. I think that, you know, whoever wins, if here's the problem though. If Daniel fights Usyk and he loses, then Usyk has all the belts. But then will Usyk really care about satisfying mandatory since he's became two-time heavyweight undisputed champion? Will he even care? He may say, you know what, I'm going to fight one more time, and that may not be against Filip Hrgovic or Frank Sanchez. It may be against someone that he wants to fight other than those two guys. So he may relinquish the belt again. So that may just leave them to fight for it, I guess. So it's still kind of touch and go right now because we really don't know the fights are going to happen, but we do know what the IBF wants, and they get what they want, and they got this. So you guys tell me what you think of Frank Sanchez taking on Filip Hrgovic, and the winner takes on Daniel Dubois' title. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!